In the realm of exotic pet ownership, there is perhaps no subject more controversial or compelling than the idea of keeping a lion or tiger in a domestic setting. These majestic creatures, symbols of power and beauty in the wild, are admired for their grace and strength, but their allure hides a dangerous reality. The transformation of a wild animal into a pet is not a simple matter of training or environment. It is a collision between inherent primal instincts and the confines of human domestication. Throughout history, numerous cases have emerged where individuals have attempted to keep these big cats as companions. From high-profile incidents in Texas and Florida to more recent controversies in India, the stories of lion and tiger ownership paint a vivid picture of the challenges, risks, and often tragic consequences of trying to tame what is, by nature, untamable. At its core, the issue lies in the stark contrast between the wild instincts that have been honed over millions of years and the limitations imposed by captivity. In the wild, lions and tigers are apex predators that navigate vast territories, engage in fierce battles over territory and food, and rely on an intricate balance of survival instincts that are finely tuned to their natural habitats. These instincts are not merely habits. They are deep-seated evolutionary adaptations that ensure the survival of the species. When these animals are removed from their natural environment and forced into a confined space, be it a zoo, a private compound, or even an ill-equipped home, the stress of captivity can trigger behaviors that are as unpredictable as they are dangerous. There have been several infamous cases that highlight the risks involved. In Texas, for example, a series of incidents involving privately owned big cats brought national attention to the dangers of keeping such animals as pets. Reports emerged of a tiger that managed to break free from its enclosure, causing chaos and forcing authorities to intervene with extreme measures. In one particularly dramatic case, a tiger in a Texas compound injured several people before being recaptured, leaving behind not only scars on those affected but also a stark reminder of the inherent unpredictability of these animals. Similarly, in Florida, high-profile owners of exotic pets have faced legal battles and public outcry following incidents where lions and tigers attacked unsuspecting individuals, often when the animal's wild instincts unexpectedly resurfaced. In India, where there is a long-standing fascination with exotic animals, there have been multiple reports of big cats escaping captivity, leading to tragic encounters that underscore the difficulty of truly taming a creature that has evolved to roam vast, unpredictable landscapes. One of the key challenges in attempting to domesticate big cats is the fundamental nature of their behavior. Unlike dogs or cats that have been selectively bred over thousands of years to live alongside humans, lions and tigers are products of a wild evolutionary process that prizes independence, territoriality, and a keen survival instinct. Even when raised in captivity from a young age, these animals retain a deep connection to their natural behaviors. A tiger that has spent its formative years in a controlled environment might learn to perform tricks or interact with its caretakers in ways that seem endearing. But beneath the surface lies a creature with a powerful predatory drive. This drive is not easily extinguished in times of stress or when confronted with perceived threats. The tiger's instincts can flare up, leading to potentially violent outbursts. A lion, too, exhibits similar duality. While a lion raised in a sanctuary may display calm, social behaviors, the roar of a wild lion, the burst of aggression during territorial disputes, and the raw power it unleashes in moments of confrontation are all testaments to its innate, untamed nature. These wild instincts are not merely relics of a bygone era. They are active components of the animal's physiology and psychology. Stress in captivity, for instance, is a well-documented phenomenon among big cats. The confined spaces, lack of environmental enrichment, and constant exposure to human presence can elevate stress hormones, leading to behavioral issues such as pacing, self-mutilation, and aggressive outbursts, even in the best-managed facilities. The inability to fully replicate the complexity of a wild habitat means that these animals are always fighting against the constraints imposed upon them. For a privately owned lion or tiger, the consequences can be catastrophic. An animal that has adapted to a life of independence may suddenly react violently to what it perceives as a threat or challenge, reverting to its natural, defensive behaviors in a way that can endanger both itself and those around it. Moreover, the notion of domestication implies a level of control and predictability that is fundamentally at odds with the nature of these big cats. Unlike domesticated animals, which have undergone selective breeding to enhance traits that are compatible with human life, lions and tigers are genetically predisposed to survive in the wild. Their muscles, claws, and teeth are optimized for a life of predation, not for sitting calmly by a fireplace. When they are confined, the constant tension between their innate drive to roam and hunt and the imposed limitations of captivity creates a volatile mix. This is not to say that every big cat in captivity is dangerous. Many live out their lives without incident, but the risk is inherent and can never be fully mitigated. The unpredictability of wild behavior means that a tiger or lion, even one that appears docile, can snap into lethal action at a moment's notice, particularly if it senses a threat or if its routine is disrupted. The famous cases in Texas, Florida, and India are reminders of the challenges that come with keeping such animals as pets. In Texas, high-profile incidents involving private owners have led to increased scrutiny and tighter regulations on the ownership of exotic animals. One incident involved a tiger that, in a moment of extreme stress, managed to break free from its enclosure, leading to a dramatic and dangerous pursuit that left both people and the animal in peril. In Florida, similar events have raised public concern about the safety of exotic pet ownership, prompting legal actions and public debates about the ethics of keeping wild animals in confined spaces. In India, where the cultural allure of the tiger is profound and long-standing, there have been reports of tigers escaping from illegal private collections, sometimes resulting in tragic encounters with local communities. These stories are not isolated. They are part of a broader pattern that underscores the inherent risks of attempting to domesticate creatures that are, at their core, designed for the wild. Despite all efforts to create safe, controlled environments for big cats, the reality remains that they can never be fully domesticated. Their genetic makeup, honed by millions of years of evolution, makes them inherently unpredictable, no matter how much training or care is provided. The deep-seated instincts that drive these animals can resurface in moments of stress or excitement. This potential for a sudden return to wild, predatory behavior is what makes them both fascinating and dangerous. It is the same instinct that has allowed them to survive in the harshest conditions of the wild, a relentless drive to hunt, defend, and assert dominance, that also poses the greatest challenge to their domestication. For those who choose to keep such animals as pets, it is a constant balancing act between nurturing and control, a precarious existence that can be disrupted at any moment by the resurgence of the animal's natural instincts. The consequences of attempting to tame these apex predators extend beyond the individual animals. They have broader implications for public safety, animal welfare, and conservation efforts worldwide. The tragic outcomes of several high-profile cases serve as stark reminders that no matter how much effort is invested in training and containment, the potential for disaster always looms. Each incident not only endangers human lives but also sends a powerful message about the limits of human control over nature. In a society that increasingly values the exotic and the extraordinary, the allure of having a tiger or lion as a pet must be weighed against the profound ethical and practical challenges involved. The wild is not a place that can be neatly confined or tamed. It is a realm of constant motion, unpredictability, and raw power that resists all attempts at domestication. Moreover, the debate over whether these big cats can be tamed touches on deeper philosophical questions about the relationship between humans and nature. It challenges us to consider whether true domestication is ever possible for creatures that are inherently wild, and whether the desire to possess and control such animals is a reflection of a deeper misunderstanding of the natural world. The very idea of transforming a tiger or lion from a fearsome, independent predator into a submissive pet is fraught with contradictions. It forces us to confront the limits of our own power and the enduring mystery of nature's design. Ultimately, the wildness that defines these animals is not something that can be erased or suppressed. It is an integral part of their identity, a force that continues to drive them even in the most controlled environments. In conclusion, the transformation from wild instincts to a semblance of pet behavior in big cats is a journey filled with both wonder and peril. While lions and tigers may display moments of calm and even affection in captivity, They are never fully domesticated. Their deep-rooted instincts to hunt, dominate, and defend will always lurk beneath the surface, ready to resurface when conditions trigger their natural responses. The famous cases in Texas, Florida, and India stand as sobering reminders that, despite human efforts to nurture and control these animals, their wild essence can never be completely tamed. The allure of keeping a lion or tiger as a pet is thus entwined with enormous risks, not only to human safety but to the very well-being of the animal itself. As we continue to explore the complex interplay between human desire and the untamable forces of nature, the story of big cats in captivity remains a poignant reminder that some aspects of the wild are best left unbridled, a powerful legacy of a life lived in the untamed, awe-inspiring realm of nature.